If you are stuck and you're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to launch? Where's my content? What kind of audience? I just want to take all of those things, put them in a box, and set that box on fire. Woo! Hi, I'm Gina Bianchini, and this is People Magic, where I am showing you the absolute easiest way to create a $1 million community.
Hey, Gina. I've been working towards finally launching my hiking community, but I read something online that said I should have at least a 1K person email list before even considering launching. I'm nowhere near that. What should I do?
In all of the questions around how am I going to get new members and how do I make more money and how do I do this is the fundamental fear that is preventing you from putting yourself on a path to $1 million, which is, what if I host a party and no one shows up? Because no one wants to necessarily say that out loud, it shows up in a lot of different ways. It shows up in, oh, I need X before I can do Y. I need an email list before I can have a community. I need an audience before I can have a community. If I have 100 members on an email list, I need 1,000 members on an email list. If I have 1,000 members, I actually need 10,000. If I have 10,000, I need 100,000. There is safety in feeling like I'm preparing for my business. But the reality is that you can create a valuable community that you can charge a high ticket for, the smaller it is. We have communities on Mighty Networks that have 10 people in them, and the hosts are charging $50,000 for 4 months. What is a community with 10 people? It's a mastermind. And for some reason, the term community makes someone think that you need to have hundreds of thousands of people to make it valuable and that you could only charge $9 what Netflix charges. These are myths. I have the data behind me that I can give you permission today that just with your network alone and the people that your people know, you can create a community with just 10 people, and you can charge a premium for bringing them together. So many people get stuck at zero. If you are stuck at zero, first of all, I just want to grab you and say, all right, we've got this together. We're going to go do this together. You are not alone. And when you're starting with zero, the single best thing that you can do is get really, really clear on your ideal member. Who is the person that needs a community the most right now? And who are you the most excited to bring together? When you can answer that question with the same person, with the same profile, you've got something. And you've got something incredibly special. So if you are stuck and you're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to launch? What kind of audience? I just want to take all of those things, put them in a box, and set that box on fire. Because the only thing that matters is who you are bringing together and finding the most motivated people to meet and build relationships with each other. People who are on the same path, specifically people who are in the same transition. That is literally 90% of what you need to create a successful $1 million business today. It's not about your content. It's not about your ad funnel. It's not about the number of email addresses that you have. You can start with your network, so your people, the people that your people know. And as you start to bring together those first 10 people, the people that those 10 people know. If you would drop me anywhere today and asked, okay, Gina, what is the fastest way to $10,000 a month in revenue? All of that audience, funnels, social media posts, all of that is noise. The thing that I would do is start with, who do I know? What transition am I the most excited to bring people together around today? How do I help people build to their best year ever? How do I go and take the simple formula of a big purpose, I or we bring together so that we can Start to bring together those 10 people to bring value to each other and recruit new people in. That is what I would do. The rest is noise. Is this a controversial perspective? Absolutely. However, I also have the data of about 1 million, no joke, 1 million online courses, challenges, paid memberships, and events behind me. And what I know to be true is that it is getting easier and easier for you to create a business that is fundamentally based on creating relationships between people. And because of this, it is more important for you as a business owner to understand people's motivations, especially people's motivations when they're in a transition. Because when someone is in a transition, they are most likely to pay money. They are most likely to bring in new people. And so this is different. This is controversial. I am not saying things that you're going to hear from a lot of other people who, even when they are believers in community, they're giving really bad advice. Like the difference between finding your niche and choosing somebody in a transition. I've now taught this to over 10,000 people. And what I will tell you is when you focus on a transition, you will be successful faster. Full stop. So if you are sitting there at zero and aren't sure where to start or finding yourself making those, I'm not going to call them excuses, but they look and sound a lot like excuses around, oh, well, first I need an audience. First I need a list. I want to point out that you're in a transition too. And the transition that you are in is someone who is motivated to go from 0 to 10. That's all you have to do. If you're in that transition, I am so glad you are listening because that's what People Magic is here to do. I'm Gina Bianchini. Thank you for tuning in. This is People Magic.